Chandrashekhar Wyawahare. Chandrashekhar, an artist and a sculptor since childhood, his passion for design earned him a bachelor's degree in architecture and in 1996 masters in industrial design from the one of the finest design school IDC, IIT Mumbai, India. After working successfully with VIP, he has invited to take the challenging role of designer at prestigious Neumeister Design in Germany. At Neumeister Design, he worked on transportation design projects and next generation electronic products. He got an opportunity to understand and play important part of large transportatory design projects like the U-Bahn for Munich City. He co-founded Furniture Design Private Limited. The company offers new product development services to major companies in India today. It is recognized as a thoughtful team with a talent for creating evocative designs. It has multidisciplinary design studio committed to design for good and user focused approach to design and development of product and providing innovative solutions. Futuring has won several prestigious design awards, including the Red Dot IDSA's IDEA, iMark and the Good Design Award. Futuring has plus 20 product patents and plus 45 design awards. Futuring has made a name for itself as a major player in design research, innovation, and new product development. He is a keen educator and have been on design juries at IDC IIT Mumbai, DK, DSKIST, Triple ID, V School, CEPT Ahmedabad, and at many other architecture and design schools. He has presided over a wide array of disciplines like form studies, industrial design. He has also taken keen interest in architecture and often has been invited to speak on speculative future spaces conservation business of design and urban design. His specialties and subjects of interest include industrial design, form, psychology, creativity management, and he believes in research program based design education. I would like to welcome Chandrashekhar sir.
Really happy to be here, and this man, I don't know, suddenly called me one fine day and said ki we are doing a thing on education and I would like you to come. So Anshuman has been very kind, and so I'm an architect, non-practicing, so and an industrial designer. So it's an architecture student wanted to spend 2 years more after 5 years to figure out what he should do in his life. Okay, so I went to IIT, IDC, and so 2 years was like purely like okay. Karna kya aage, because I also felt 5 years was not good for architecture. It should have been at least 7 years. Yeah, because I think so. You can break it down. I mean, I don't have to say 7 years of. So I consider 7 of your years of your life to become an architect is a journey. Vis-a-vis saying कि मैं 12th के बाद 7 years करूँ and or maybe 10th के बाद 7 years करूँ. So I don't consider 11th and 12th as a great anyways for this country. We have seen what it has given us in last 50 years, 60 years. So कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. So I took my 2 years extra to figure out saying कि what is good in me and what am I capable of, because 5 years of architecture was also very driven, very different in my life. 8th standard possibly I decided that I will become an architect and then designer. So I went to I appeared for NID after my 10th grade. Okay, because that time 2 years NID was open to take students after 10th grade, but their curriculum, their admission process was same for the 12th graders. So there was no difference between a 10th grader and a 12th grader. So I did all my 3 stage, 4 stage, came for interview to NID and I didn't get in. So absolutely disaster in my life कि जीवन खत्म हो गया types. Like I said, okay, let me go back. I did my 11th and 12th very unwillingly, but did my paintings and art and stuff like that and got into architecture. But I think so 5 years happened too fast for me. So 2 years I was doing buildings which would look like steel plants, and if I had to do anything I'll question saying that do you want this building above the ground? Why can't we make this underground and stuff like that? And it was very challenging, but Kolhapur was a very interesting place. The faculty were, I think so 60% of my faculty was practicing architects, and very few people were like permanent kind of stuff. So it was like a debate on a daily basis. Like, I could interact with a frustrated architect who went for a site visit in the morning and will come back and gussa hamare pa nikalega because in gadhon ko kuch pata nahi hai, stuff like that. Like, I said, wow, so this guy is giving me a real time information in terms of what's happening in his life, and not a book which is to be read after 50 years of his successful career and stuff like that. I said, so 2 years was nice. So automotive was my really a big calling. Okay, so I used to love cars, and so you can say anything which is very serious in uh, materials of advanced quality. Uh, but after 2 years, it was like, okay, now it looks like I have to earn some livelihood, and we saw our first recession, and nobody was giving us jobs. So just imagine IITians and not getting jobs. Okay, so it's so you can imagine what a blunder that place is. I'll be very blunt. I'm telling you very frankly. You have to take this. Yeah, I'm very straightforward, and somehow people love me for that, or they hate me for that. So it's okay. Anshuman possibly loves me for that, so bula liya. Okay. So if you're going to listen to whatever I'm going to say, you have to thank him first than me. Okay. So then this company called VIP Industries came and said, "Okay, we are looking for designers." They had 6 designers that time, and Tata Motors had 9 designers. They are the 2 design-driven companies of this country. Can you imagine? So at 1.5 years, I was doing luggages and backpacks, and not exactly backpacks, but very luggages with a very different perspective. And then this journey of Neumeister design happened. I worked on the underground trains, metro lines for Munich city, and then I worked on next generation technology products, and at 15 years ahead of time, you could consider. To give you a brief, like we were able to make 1:1 scale model with some of the actual materials for underground trains, like 2 coaches and 2 locomotives in 1 month flat. Like, you could have the whole thing is displayed in a Siemens workshop, and you could walk inside and say, this is the future of next metro lines, and it came after 11 years. So that future forecasting and stuff like that I got exposed to. And there was another thing, typical architecture student or wanting to be like, I should also have my own studio, which comes with like a big fat ego. वहाँ जाने के बाद पता चला कि अरे ये तो these people are doing this massive projects and they are just 10 people, and their dependencies are very high, technological dependencies are very high, skill sets are very high. I said, this is like amazing, man. So I wanted to come back any which ways, maybe spend some more time, buy a Porsche, have a good life, so on and so forth, drive on the Munich Bahn expressways at no speed limits and stuff like that. But we being a backward country, so called, वो बोला नहीं आप तो एशियन हो, then you are an Indian, so I can't extend your visa. And it's very strong. Yeah. So, and I also had a special status of visa to go and work in Germany, because why this guy is required in the ecosystem of Germany to design trains was just not acceptable to them. So kahani ho gayi wo sab. Then I came back, and then I said, let me think about it. That time I was in Nashik. Took 6 months sabbatical to figure out how can I think industrial design in a very different way, because I was the 26th year batch. That is, I joined in the 25th year of IDC, and I was the 26th batch. ऐसे सब कुछ हो चुका है, अभी भी the same रोना धोना चालू है डिज़ाइनर को कि काम देता नहीं है, आप तो स्केच बनाते हो, and all that kind of stuff. Bullshit was going on, and no money, and designer is always dukhi. So I said, yaar, and when I came back, I said, you can't think just for yourself, like, I want to be a designer. I said, वो तो कभी होने वाला नहीं है. आर्किटेक्ट जिंदगी भर आर्किटेक्ट बनता रहता है, एंड डिज़ाइनर तो ये हालत ख़राब है उसकी. But I said, I have to think very differently, because the moment you started getting work, people said, your costing is not correct, आप तो सिर्फ sketch बनाने वाले हो. And we used to say, whatever I'm going to design, I'm going to make it. So he said, no, you are a designer, you are only supposed to design. I said, no, but how do I know that? Because इतना बदनाम community है कि आप सिर्फ sketch बनाते हो, लेकिन वो बाद में क्या बनता है, you just take your money and run away. This was the impression after 28 years of NID and 26 years of IDC. Can you imagine? ये reputation हमारा. Then I said, me and Shantanu got together. I said, we had, in fact, Vijay also, we said, we started using rhinoceros, okay, very early in our lives. We are the ones who pirated rhinoceros in this country, okay. Okay. क्योंकि Ilias was very expensive. Go directly 10 lakh रुपए मांग रहा था हमको when we started to join a company. I said, यार, what are these guys talking about? हाँ, don't record this, okay. But by the way, you must also know कि ethically, Autodesk also pirated Autodesk in the country. It's a like drug addiction. Okay, drugs free में दे दो पहले, बाद में have to pay for it. It's very clear. Software industry exactly works like this. Okay, it's called the खून चूसो mentality. Okay, tax them. Okay. But Rhino was like, I said, we will do everything possible in this software which is not even version 1. So we started CNC machining, everything, changing to digital platform completely. And after that we never looked back, saying that whatever we design is at accuracy of 0.01 mm tak banayenge hum log usko, because that is what industrial design is all about. And people are doing a worldwide practices, so why can't we do it? So you can say these 4 nutcases ventured out and thinking that, and that's how Futuring was born. Almost 600-700 products up till now, which you can buy from the market. We work worldwide and stuff. So that's a little of a journey, but I think so. What more important, what I'm here for is to lay my perspective on a subject which is technology, which is very weird, by the way, because iPad didn't work here. iPad was designed, or Apple was designed to simplify people's lives, so that you don't have to go and code, 4 button दबाओ और फिर equal to all delete करो, ये सब निकाल दिया था उसने, because said you want to use a device which should be as simple as connecting to multiple ports. So HDMI cable लगाया, it should connect. So somebody told me हो सकता है एक अबूज़ेर के साथ आया होगा, तो maybe it's not working. It's possible. It's 100% possible, because technology, by the time you blink your eye and open up, like 24 hours, like 8 घंटे सोने के बाद उठते हो, things change. The technology is like रात में बैठ कर किसी ने कोड लिख दिया and they upload it and your bloody software is like, अच्छा, you have to reboot or do some generative kind of stuff. वो होता रहता है. Okay. So damn thing is not our control, by the way. Technology is like a complete new behavior. So I believe that I have a vision which I wrote for you guys as a triple idea thing, that 2030, 2035 is my cutoff. Okay, to see to it that there are certain things which we can implement. Okay, why I say, because vision for design education was written by somebody and not even implemented today for the full scale. Okay, that's an idea and IDC. They wrote the India Design Council, सब कुछ, कोई नहीं बैठता वहाँ पे, लोग नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है. We don't know where the design education is going in this country. Okay, I think so triple ID is doing a much better job than even I, for that matter. Okay, because you are the guys who keep calling me randomly, like, you know, triple ID is doing some event somewhere, bola, Chandru, we would like you to come and be part of the jury member. I said, come on yaar, I don't do interiors, I don't do plywood, तुम लोग क्या बात कर रहे हो मेरे से? बोलते नहीं, you have to come. And because of this compartmentalization, I think so we have destroyed ourselves. So I just want, so I'm writing this as a design plus technology, but I have a vision saying that 2024 khatam ho chuka hai, 5 years down the line, because I think so 5 years is very interesting, because architecture, I think so 5 years was a very well written program. 5 साल में you actually from teenager to, so you join as a teenager and you become an adult and you get out of the place. And today when you get out officially, you also get a license to drink, I think so, but our time it was not a problem. Okay, when we joined architecture, we could actually sip some nice interesting drinks and so on and so forth. So but 5 years is a lovely thing, but 5 years for me versus 5 years for younger generation is completely a different thing. So I have to think about 35 today if I'm going to implement 30 tomorrow. Okay, very clear. I also feel art is very important. This is very बहुत fuzzy हो गया है. So art has to be, seriously somebody has to even take up art and, like, you know, see to it that what creativity is all about, what is pure art about, applied art, what it is about. Just look at this. It's an interior of a car which is a Citroen. It has got steering wheel, whatever you want, 2 pedals left and right. They look differently. It looks like a Sida chappal, the second one looks like a Ulta chappal. Okay, so very clear identification of saying that accelerator and brake. Right now what you have is a 3 identical pedals where you have to memorize ABC, that is accelerator, brake and clutch. Okay, and then so intuitive thinking is completely inherent to human brain, but I think so technology automatically complicated certain things because it was very difficult to do something which will work as fast as brain. It's exactly like typewriter. I don't know, you must be knowing QWERTY came from there, because the guy who when they started typing so fast, the typewriter ka keys will go and bloody interlock ourselves. Okay, so he couldn't type only. So they said, "Acha, ये तो problem है." So they created a language for learning typing. So QWERTY keyboard came from there. Otherwise, for a normal person, will say, "Why QWERTY?" Now, can you imagine what typewriter ka technology they were still planting onto keyboards? Which Keralite is going to use a laptop now? Because sound of the typewriter was the national anthem of a Keralite. Okay, because every third guy was a typist. But he was the most important part. अगर आप letter नहीं लिख रहे हो तो you can't release a document anywhere in the country. So if tech is happening, actually he talked about very interesting stuff, but I don't want to confuse with that because it's very complex. Anyway, so look at the car. Okay, this is what it is. It's a car. Okay, I can sit, I can drive, I can go. There is a steering wheel which looks very interesting, and I have a control knob which so more or less I want some things which are required for me to drive from point A to point B. This is the vehicle. Okay, it's all electric, so I'm not complicated by engine, everything. Those who are using electric vehicle must have realized when you take the car for servicing, they're asking you for 200 rupees. The petrol is 100 rupees. Servicing के लिए 200 रुपये कौन लेता है जिंदगी में? You are used to 5,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees and stuff like that. You said, what is it talking about? Then he said, अच्छा सर मैं कार को पॉलिश करके दे दूँ क्या? वैक्स पॉलिश करके देता हूँ and complimentary 50% डिस्काउंट है. You said हाँ कर ही लो यार. Another 200 rupees over there. So you are like, you threatened like, अच्छा ये सर्विस स्टेशन में जा रहा है लेकिन I am not paying for servicing. No oil change, no this change like that. So what has done tech? What is tech? That's I want to go from point A to point B. I just want this. Now this vehicle, a 16-year-old can drive without a license. Look at the way it has been done. So driver side it opens in a certain way and the passenger side it enters in a separate way. Ease of access is very important. For driver wants to quickly get inside, dump his bag, and the passenger, if it comes to my life, he enters in a normal way. So this, yeah, that's truth, right? So and उसको जानबूझ के पीछे अच्छा passenger है, so उसको you want to give him little more comfort, so he's actually sitting little behind. Otherwise, I have my space for keeping my luggage or something like that. So what's happening is like this is an interesting thought process which I don't even think so is new. I think so it is old, just got implemented very efficiently, and I also question saying that we can make them intelligent. Okay, so I don't want to create anything more or give anything more as a part of education where it is not seen as intelligence or not seen as an intellectual level. Intervention is very important. The brain is hyper fast right now, unbelievable. I mean, if you want to map your brain, you'll say versus 10 years back, it's like I don't know what's happening right now. Okay, so similarly, so look at this simple product. Okay, skateboard. Okay, I don't know if how many people did skateboarding or got fascinated by skateboarding, but this is I think so a very, very important element in teenager's life where he was he couldn't play golf because it's a single person's game, but and skateboard is a single person's game. Okay, so you are basically going from point A to point B using a board, char chakka laga hua, and like a small kid you are just like paddling around and going around. And so do you think so this has got one inventor? No. Why I'm saying this, because how evolution of a product happens. So Bill Richards is the first guy who saw a surfer. So surfing was born first before skateboarding. So he saw something. I said, what are these people doing? Acha, let me put 4 wheels. So simple way, like how he thought as a kid, 4 चक्का लगा देता हूँ, इसको क्या होगा? I think so रिक्शा पे भी वैसे ही रहा होगा. अच्छा 4 चक्के की कीमत इतनी है, इसका इतना है. 2 व्हीलर का 150 सीसी का इंजन है, तो उसको मैं एक और चक्का लगा दूँ तो रिक्शा बन सकता है क्या? बन गया. This is Piaggio in Italy post World War era. Okay, and the damn thing is still running. So just imagine the amount of brain must have kicked in to say कि I can, and how much it's going to cost me? One extra chakka. Technically speaking, it's correct. Maybe marginally 15%, 20%, but मैं कितने लोगों को बैठा रहा हूँ उसमें इंडिया में 15. So just imagine that power of technology, what it has done to you, right? So pushing the boundary is what technology is all about. I think so. The moment more you push, a better rubber band you can make, or you can break a rubber band and figure out saying that the elastic actually doesn't work. So how does it happen? Then subsequently one guy said it's too noisy, so he figured out a material called polyurethane and he made a wheel out of it. And the damn wheels came over, and today also what you see is noiseless skateboarders is because of the polyurethane wheels, what it is. Produced in 1970s, okay, and look at that in 1950s. So 1950 ka first skateboard, and then revolution happening in 70, and there's another girl who is a 13-year-old now, and she is an inventor of a mechanized skateboard, because skateboard became like a point A to point B travel point, but subsequently it became a sport. Isme there is an interesting company known as Red Bull which is doing some crazy stuff, okay, and this girl, she is saying that why I have to use so much of a mechanic. So look at the generational change, where she thought for so many years like donkey, you are like, you know, you're running your feet and then you're doing flipping and all that, and half your energy is going out to move the skateboard. So she said she motorized the skateboard, so powered it to a certain frequencies and for a certain time frame, and so after you kickstart and do something like that, but when you see energy starts draining, the electricity takes over, and then you're able to do flips and everything like that. Now skateboard is known as a very flexible, lightweight thing where you can turn it around and so on and so forth. Moment you talk about a battery and a thing coming in, it will add to weight. So how the hell did she do that? So and maintain the same weight. Otherwise it's very easy to reject. अच्छा इसका वजन 3 किलो था, and you say no, I have a skateboard which is powered. वजन आपका 5.5 किलो या 6 किलो रहेगा. Which idiot is going to go and buy that damn thing? No youngsters is going to buy that. He expects it to be, can it be 1 kilo? They expect like that. Why can't you make it in carbon fiber? Oh, then you can't do this. Oh shit, yeah. What will happen? Okay, moment you say I can make it in carbon fiber and I flip it, the wind will flow in next to the Californian beaches and your skateboard will just fly away. Then you realize, oh shit, what am I talking about? Okay, so you have to actually bring them back and see what's possible. So this amazing journey what they're doing. So I believe that this is all happening because of experimentation. I think so. I'm an outcome of something maybe like this, where I was very I wanted to open up things all my life. My mother stopped buying toys for me because she said there's no toy in the house. I think so. Most of the designers or the architects who are sitting there, you will find that there's some germ like this in you, and that is what makes you so open. You are very open to ideas. I saw these three interesting ladies. So in my life there is something known as RGB and there is known as CMYK. Okay, and I was not able to even name them properly because they are pink, blue and green. Okay, so PBG ho gaya uska. I said wow, and they are wearing cords. You know what cords are? Coordinated clothing. So white pajama and kurta पहन के अगर घूमेगा तो वो pajama kurta पहन के घूम रहा है. But if you're wearing colored clothes, then it becomes cords. Can you imagine that we open to such lovely ideas and they look stunning, man. It's amazing. So being architects, I think so, is a God's gift. Or being an interior designer or a kida like this is a God gift. And I really want them to become kida all your life. Okay, so I had met architect Mistry in Baroda. The first day I met him, I still remember what he talked to me, and I was in love with that guy because Chandru, you are using ink pen. I also use ink pen, and we both are sketching. But his sketching style was different, and I was also sketching. So I showed him my sketchbook, and I found him to be like really up there, like And I look every person as individual, and I feel design education actually has to focus towards keeping that individuality and not making you like a club or something like that, because you are a Aadhaar card, right? Unique identification number. So what are we trying to do? Why are we compartmentalizing, putting them in blocks and saying that you can become? It's not possible. And that is what is I think so desire for the new generation. So are we making things? So for me, Prayog and Prayogshala is very important. Acha, by the way, you guys have to stop me, okay? मुझे time का अंदाज नहीं रहता है. Okay, especially for this kind of thing, because it's such a complex subject, and talking to a triple ID stalwarts is a challenge for me. But yeah, so are we making things? Very important. Okay, and I want people to make things, because nahi bana, it's okay for me. At academic level, it's also fine. Later stage also, it's fine. But I want this to be figured out now, as to are we making them intelligently? Can you actually build intelligence? We have intelligence, but what do we require to correct these wires or neurons, that you are able to do things smartly, intelligently? It's very crucial, because somebody has come in our life and said, oh, AI is very important now. Artificial intelligence is very important in life. It's like eating cheese which is not made up of milk. How can you say artificial intelligence, right? So you're looking at an external territory to build that. I can understand mathematical algorithm, but I think so this is where software industry's creativity dies. Artificial intelligence naam de diya, that was the most creative thing what they could do, I think so. Machine learning. I mean, aren't you able to give it a nice name to for somebody to relate to and not feel like you are an alien to it, and you get scared? So they have threatened you now. AI has taken over and you will be dead tomorrow. क्या बात कर रहे हो यार? I mean, I think so the building was so nicely made without artificial intelligence, right? But I like these things. So I want, a lot of things didn't happen in this country because we didn't have money and we didn't have DIY culture. घर पे हमने आदत ही नहीं लगाई किसी को खोल के ठीक करने की, या जिन्होंने लगाई है, you can see the difference over there. Today's kids, I don't know, but those who have, but is it possible at the academic level to saying अच्छा खिला मारते हैं, कुछ तो बनाते हैं, कुछ तो ठोकते हैं, देखते हैं क्या होता है? Because you will understand scale. You will not, you will go out of, because you will see a lot of things they don't understand scale. So I'm taking right now a course where I'm not introducing measurements or dimensions or anthropometry, but I'm introducing them scale. Just imagine color, how it is being taught. So yesterday I was at NID, I saw the place, color theory is like that. I think so, yes, Indians or as a certain set of population in this country or in the world are extremely knowledgeable about color. Our understanding of color is somewhere else only. Unfortunately, we don't have documentation. We don't know how we create our colors. If I come to Ahmedabad, the first thing comes to my mind is what Rishabh is wearing. I have two shirts like these, but can I wear that is what became like my challenge. Can I wear those kind of prints? Is a saying, yaar, come on, yaar, how is it possible that I don't? Because I love indigo. So how is it not possible? So I was searching for color as to how we can actually introduce color lab. A color lab has to be an integral part of design schools, because that's technology. I can't go to Asian Paints and say, acha, latest color kya hai? I should be going and telling them this is what I want, because this is warmth of the place which I am requiring, because I'm designing a house for this kind of a person, and this is the tonality what I'm setting out using different parameters. In 2009 was the last time when they developed a new color. Can you imagine? That was a new pigment which came as a blue pigment. What is this? Okay, a blue pigment. How do we create colors? It's a science by itself, it's technology by itself. How do I actually do that? So, and we see colors first, right? Eyes are the most crucial part of it. Whatever Vivo will generate 2000x phone and all that, still it can't replicate the exact color what your eyes are able to see. And neither can, so color correction as a monitor, or color correction as a camera, or color correction as your Apple devices. Why you love Apple is also because, or people who buy little higher phones like Samsung, because the color correction quality is amazing. You see the pictures exactly the way you are looking at, your eyes are looking at, and you say, yaar, ye alag kyun dikh raha hai? So can you imagine the power of eyes? So if I am able to see color in a certain way, why I am not able to create colors? And technology allows you to create colors today. Pigments are very difficult earlier, but I think so we have inherently in us, because a lot of our art और इंडस्ट्री, आई विल नॉट इवन कॉल इट क्राफ्ट, बिकॉज क्राफ्ट ने इस देश को उसको एक गंदा नाम दे दिया है. सस्ती चीज़ें मतलब क्राफ्ट होता है, ऐसा नहीं है वो. सो समबडी हु मेक्स अ वेरी गुड क्वालिटी ऑफ इंडिगो, आई नो दैट पर्सन इज अ क्राफ्ट एंड अ टेक्नोलॉजी बाय इटसेल्फ, बिकॉज द जनरेशन वाइज इट हैज ट्रैवल्ड अराउंड. सो कैन आई मेक दैट? कैन आई मेक इंडिगो एज माई पार्ट ऑफ माई लाइफ? और कैन आई, द वे आई सी एज there's an Indian pink which is known as Rani pink, which is coming to closer to fuchsia pink. Okay, and that is the Jaipur side jata hai. So where the hell did that color come from? Or the Indian white, where it comes from? Okay, so and you will find that we are connected to a few colors, and some colors we find alienated, and that is our life. So if you're doing something and that person is going to live with it for at least for 5 years, what is it that going, because 5 years I'll be like 58 or whatever, so 58, will that color be what I want, or how is it going to, can I age color? I don't know. So can it stay like a pure white for some time and then starts becoming slightly on the grayer tonality based on my thought pattern? I don't know. So my thing about this is, a lot of people say, Chandru, what are you trying to tell? We want to go faster and you are trying to say that can we calm down? Okay, so they are very fast, but I think so we should not be rushing to make a decision. Decision making is an art, and can design as a method or technology help us to decide what is right for us, or right for that moment. We should be very, very serious about this intervention, because it's very there is a word being used very powerfully, is known as sustainability. Okay, you all know there is nothing sustainable. Okay, so it can't be used that loosely, where one champak from BCG comes over and tries to teach us that, oh, architecture should be sustainable, and let's start using smart glass, because it comes with wafer thin solar panels. I mean, the damn thing, first the glass takes 1,000 years to decompose, then you're talking about thin glass which take another 2,000 years to decompose. I can't be like that. So if I want to use it, design actually taught me a very, very, very interesting story about how to use it, why to use it, and where to use it. So can I be that first and figure out, do I really need it, and then go about that. So it helps, I think so. Somewhere we'll have to figure out these things, but this is the new, this is actually old, but this is what people love today. Okay, everybody loves this. When so this is how my buildings used to look earlier, like in 1989. Containers and stuff like that, and I will buy. I used to think about, अच्छा boiler खराब हो गया इस plant का जहाँ पे sugar cane बनता है, उसको क्या करते होंगे? So let me bring that inside and make a classroom out of it. Things like that I used to think, and my professor would sing, okay, what are you trying to say? Because he was trying to teach me aesthetics. But these elements are, there is a pointer here. Okay. Oh, this is going forward. Wait. Okay, what I was trying to tell you is, I am also very serious about not introducing fake things at an academic level. Like, if this place is there, so can I put a football? Like, this is a, people love to play this, but is it really required? So how I make the place more personalized, even if there are 20 people over there, it could be the future of whole place. Sorry. I think so. We have our own brain, and we are individuals. So how I looked at this place was, this was an individual person's cocoon. Okay, and they when the idea came in, and people like, अच्छा मुझे डब्बे में डालोगे, but once they start using it, they figure out actually it's amazing to have that kind of multiple meeting room, single meeting room, and then by the way, that car is an interesting product, but just kept for the accent of it. But this kind of environments are actually my environments now, our environments now, or new generations environments now, and they are changing rapidly because they think so. It's nothing is permanent here. So I really want that kind of intervention is what my thinking is. So this is you must have heard of it, but 5.2 is the industry where we are going right now. So it's talked, is said from welfare to well-being is what we are focusing on now. So we are trying to now seek blessing from Buddha after making million mistakes in till industry 4.0. Okay, अब गंदगी कर चुके हैं, अभी तक बर्बाद कर दिया सब नदियों को, and now we are saying industry 5.2 हमें माफ़ कर दो. Okay, I'm telling you openly, this is what it is. So why are we suddenly talking about welfare to well-being? Is it that we have enough money made, or we have become really intelligent? What is it that we're looking at? So advanced technologies will be applied to create more harmonious work environment. Look at the oxymorons, okay? Harmonious work and environment, okay, where humans can collaborate more effectively with machines. This will help us improve safety and free workers from mundane repetitive tasks. So when I say mundane repetitive task, I get Charlie Chaplin over here, okay, because he was tightening those bolts for like if you've seen the movie, right? Industrialization or like that. So this will help improve safety of the workers, machine repetitive task. In turn, businesses can affect businesses now. Okay, in turn, business. I'm in Gujarat. I should not talk about businesses because dhando che. Okay, so, but yes, I think so. It's Gujarat should teach others how to do dhando. Okay. In turn, businesses can achieve higher productivity, innovation, and customization. There is nothing new in this statement. Do you think so? There is anything new if I remove get ready for the industry from welfare to well-being and advanced technologies? निकाल देता हूँ मैं चलो यहाँ से यहाँ तक तो निकाल देता हूँ. Does it really? Do you think so? This is absolutely a fresh thought. It's not. We are just trying to something and then fresh thought. Okay, but we are a large population. We are phenomenal situation where we will have lots of people wanting to do design or subjects of creativity, because parents are now open to say even architecture practitioners are now open to say that Mayra beta can do something else and not become an architect and stuff like that. So the dramatic amount of evolution which is we have not seen around the world. So this is what is going to happen. Okay, so ChatGPT, AI, ML. I expected this girl who introduced me to actually use ChatGPT and say, and ChatGPT and say will talk to you saying that this is too long for me. I think so. Chandru is an interesting guy. Let him speak. He shared. I sent a big CV. I thought उसको छोटा कर देंगे कि कितना लिखता है ये आदमी. Okay, and then वैसे के वैसे टाइप कर दिया, वैसे के वैसे इस पे डाल दिया, इंस्टाग्राम पे डाल दिया. मैं डर गया. I said यार इतना सब तो नहीं हूँ मैं. मांगा था इसलिए भेज दिया मैंने. Okay. Then I said okay. So ChatGPT has now come to our life, and it will do phenomenal. And AI is artificial intelligence. ML is machine learning. So I introduced the subject of AI and ML in IDC in I think so as part of behavioral studies to develop new products 4 years back. Okay. I want so we designed machines to do an activity. Now I want machines to do activities without me being there. Okay, so that's how we are looking at things, like how computational stuff happens and all that. The projector happens, everything happens. If you look at around you, air conditioner is working absolutely fine, temperature control, it's amazing. So if you look at the new generation, temperature control actually should be able to heat sense completely and say how much of air is required at which territory, and it will just give you air. That's how I look at air conditioning now. So if I say right now we are teaching how to crawl and walk, so there is a baby known as ChatGPT, AI and ML, and we are actually coding in. So if I am able to code in properly and tell him I want one image with pink flower, 3 petals on the other side, and I want sunset to come from the left, but I don't want the sky to be this green but coming from California. So he picks up information and starts relating. So it just starts picking up information and collaborating it and say, okay, is this what you want? So what it gives you is this what you want? And then you say wow, and you pick it up, but actually it expects you to give a refeed. And so we are training right now, and so that's just imagine in 10 years what it can do. So it's like your baby who started crawling. After 10 years he is not listening to you. True. Like my son telling me, saying Baba, he asked my grandfather, my father, Baba, you knew about Khilji and you knew about Aurangzeb and everything, so you learned that. So Baba Shekhar also learned the same thing. मुझे क्यों चाहिए अभी औरंगजेब यार? What is it that you want? Why you are talking about Shivaji so much? औरंगजेब, औरंगाबाद का नाम बदल के संभाजी महाराज का नाम दे दिया. अच्छा, क्या संबंध करता है मुझे? If I have to go, I will go. Okay, where do I want to go? Okay, this place. So I'll just key in. Google will tell me, okay, 4 hours this way, 3 hours this way. Otherwise, don't go. True, based on my location. Now, if it goes out of control. So 10-year-old has got out of control. Okay, That's my kid. He's right now 18, but they are too fast in learning things. They are questioning technologies like, "Ye kya bakwas hai?" Yeah, games. That's why games are evolving. If you see, everyday game is evolving like everything, and they think that they think very differently here, very differently. So as teachers, I think so it's important to possibly we'll have to learn these things from them first. So be prepared as teachers, saying कि अच्छा तुम लोग सिखाओ मेरे को क्या करो तुम्हारे लाइफ में. Dating is not important, by the way. वो जाओ वहाँ पे कॉफ़ी पियो 150 रुपए की and then something will happen in life. No, 150 रुपए की कॉफ़ी is only happening to life, and that's what he wanted. Very clear. So de-learning us to become better teachers is important, because those who are practicing actually are learning faster than and becoming better teachers, I feel. So it's a nice journey, and you are actually stepping back and seeing. So it's like playing basketball, or you're playing a sport where there's somebody is throwing some things to you, and you actually catching it, and there's a recoil, and then you actually understanding, okay, how much can I bounce back. So I feel also it can help us define narratives better. I am able to get a brief better. किसके लिए घर बनाना है? As a product designer, I don't get a good brief. We run now sessions for companies to design briefs for us so that we can work on them. I'm telling you frankly, because they come and say it should be aesthetically beautiful. This I'm talking about Samsung. Can you imagine somebody giving a brief like that? I want a refrigerator to be designed 5 years ahead of time and it should be aesthetically beautiful. It's over. I mean, in 2002 only I started telling my clients, I'm not going to do any project which is dealing with sundarta. You don't come to me and tell me कि ये इसको bottle को सुंदर बना के दे दो because ये बिक नहीं रहा है. You can't do that. You have to tell me first what you're making, for whom you're making, and why you're making, and whom you're going to sell. So can I make some brief like that where maybe ChatGPT will help us, AI will be better, because I'll be able to understand what their so everybody is grown up here say, so I can say hidden secrets are, or dark secrets are. There is a darker side to everybody. Okay, do they want that in their house? But what is it they're looking for? No, बोलेगा नहीं मुझे ऐसा चाहिए. बताओ तो सही क्या चाहिए. कोई नहीं बताता है. Okay, रूम चाहिए, अरे बेडरूम चाहिए. Okay, बंगला चाहिए. Okay, but what is it there? Nobody comes and say I want to build a house where I want to show this Agarwal that this Joshi is better than that Agarwal. Nobody gives us this brief. So opulence is not being talked about, right? I want to know. Yeah, tell me very clearly. Then I can tell you marble लगाने के लिए लगा है. Okay, so I look at things like that. No, please don't get hurt by my words, but these are I think so. This is all about how we want to teach, maybe, or what I feel should be done for education as a system using tech. Can I look at this aspect also? What is my happiness quotient? I think so. It's very it's a subject which is not being touched upon, as to what do I do that I get this eventually when I use a product, or I use a service, I go to a bank, I use a rickshaw, I buy something, or like how I get a happiness quotient today if I use Google Pay or something like that, right? My life is simpler. Okay, my database is very clear, but I am scared saying that who's using my, tomorrow this data gets here and there, what is going to happen? So that is going to happen. So this is what people are looking for right now. They थोड़ा American है, but I think so Indians are more Americans than the Indians sitting in America. Okay, so we want to get endorsements. We want to be seen as certified trainers or certified this and that, which is nothing wrong. So basically I've taken a rigorous course to be part of that thing, and I've been trained by coaches, or I have a mentor or a teacher or a guru. It's a nice way to put it together, I think so. But I need to learn this. Can tools teach me? This is what I will question. So these are my question marks also for you to say, how do I address a world which is so blurry? It's really blurry. I mean, it's complicated, like to such a level that saying that I have to think 3 times to talk to a person, or to interact, or to reply, or so my replies is not on a call but I am on a text message, and the text message is emotionless but I use an emoji, and then subsequently I draft an email. What am I looking at? What am I objectifying, or what am I trying to achieve? It will be my, because this will help us. This will help us in actually delivering a better quality than. So technology should help us deliver better stuff. Junk will happen. That is part of our life. So this is how the achievements are, more or less. I think so. I've not fragmented it, but this is how I see, how I've observed people in last 5, 6 years, 7 years, in terms of when I look at how technology should help. Is health is one, second is wealth, and third is achievements. Okay, this is the triggers which actually ring. These three rings keeps happening, moving up and down. So wealth will go up and down, health will go up and down. So in बचपन में सुना गया है कि health is wealth. Focus on your health and wealth will come. Then the wealth comes in, and then you start eating cheese, and then every sixth person in this country becomes diabetic because somebody else wants to make money out of it. So उसने उसका जो gradation रहता है उसको कम कर दिया, because he can sell more medicines to you and he can make wealth and you can lose health. True? It's a game, gamification. But achievements are something which is joyous. So if I'm able to do a small project, if I'm able to deliver something very interesting, if I'm able to teach somebody how to draw or guide him to say this is how you should look at red as a color, is an achievement. And the bacha is very happy. So I look at all of them as so let us work around understanding that this is possibly the mind is occupied with this. They want to achieve a lot of things too early in their life, I feel so. And I'm feeling to understand as to how we can help. Not because we are extremely in good condition right now. 8.5 growth, 9.5 expected, financially stable, banking doing good, no wars, no threatening, nothing. Absolutely okay. There's nothing to complain about except traffic. Two-wheelers have their own brain nowadays. We have figured out. Have you figured out? Ahmedabad taught me that. So Pune is worse than us. Okay, but this is their new playground. So am I able to? So is it play? So am I? Will I be able to design a program, or will I be able to run a course to say I am going to teach you a place which is supposed to be played by someone? So these are my new playgrounds. This is what people aspire to do. 1 hour of their lives, 1.5 hours of their life. I want to do rock climbing, but I can't go to a rock and climb, and that's how this damn thing was born. Everybody who's doing it here, suppose 100 people are using this, only 0.1% person might go actually doing rock climbing. But the sport is so addictive because it just throws you out of the gear. So if this is going to happen, are we really teaching our students as to how to do this? Am I a sport person? Will I be a sport person to understand? I can't come with only yellow and green color and stuff like that. कोई भी कर सकता है. What is my edge to them? How do I tell them that actually I'm a better rock climber than you, and I will give you a better surface, because these are all interpretation of a surfaces to climb. These are like vertical cliffs. Okay, can you look at a cliff and think about, can I go down or up? No, but this you can. So it gives you that another thing. So we do a lot of work in sports technology. So and I'm fascinated by saying that every person over here is a body, and everybody is an athlete, which is Nike ka dukan, and but none of them use Nike for doing rock climbing. Okay, so if I have to teach them how to do this, I want a classroom to become this. Okay, so when I say can I make if I have to do that project, it's not one person's job. Okay, so our challenges today is this, looking at sorry. Yeah, it's okay. Pani, just give me a glass of water. Yeah, so how do I build teams? How is it? There's a universal problem. अरे क्या कर रहे हैं अंशुमन? देखो मुझे पाप लगेगा, पता है तुम लोगों को, राइट? बट कहा जाता है इंडिया इज द सो people around the world find it absolutely rich that we offer water when somebody comes to their home, and it's a universal thing in India. It's got nothing to do with state, it has got nothing to do with people. सब कहीं भी जाओ आपको पानी पहले दिया जाता है, so and they find it very actually that connects them to India, I guess. So how do I build teams? It's a problem right now because I think so team is very important. We are seeing this, like we are not able to find large organizations ban nahi rahe hain abhi. And how do we tackle? So gamification to make them understand can you work together is my another big challenge which I am implementing at design schools, where you have to work together because it's impossible for one person to design everything. Then how do I use data and analytic and map a behavior and an outcome. If it comes, this is not what we wanted, then how do we react to it? And are we becoming machines? The way we'll become in teams is a thing to be understood. So responsibility sharing, responsibility giving is a very good art, but it should not turn us out into saying कि मुझे इतना ही काम दिया गया था तो इतना ही होगा. So what will happen is you will become thank you, नहीं बस काफ़ी है. So what will happen is again there will be a blockage within 4 years of studies. So when do we introduce this kind of a thinking pattern is I don't consider it to be like to be taught in year 4 or year 3. I also don't believe in saying that okay all we have this compartmentalization of way of teaching. It has to change completely. So I also feel technology has given us something which is known as Airbnb. Nothing new in this, but it's a technology platform. It gave me access to put my house on rent for 1 day, 1 hour, 8 hours or whatever, but and make revenue out of it, and it has got more value today than businesses which are into tourism kind of a thing. I go by Airbnb's what do you call it, analytical feedbacks of saying that you can stay here because there are 5 stars or 4 stars, and they are pretty genuine because somebody who stayed over there is giving a direct feedback. So it is not a generic paid feedback kind of stuff. It doesn't happen like that. And there were 2 people who were sitting over there and just thought about saying that what can we do, and Airbnb was born. It always existed, it was just got a platform. So software took over and it becomes like this. I don't prefer to stay any of the hotels now. I look for Airbnbs because I look at those homes which are being offered to me are built by somebody or being offered because it reflects their ethos and I want to experience their ethos. So if I want to go to a South Indian's house staying in Ahmedabad, that means that South Indian family is willing to take me in their arms and say you can stay in my house and it's very interesting place and I can serve you idli sambar if you want. So bed and breakfast and you will have a lovely stay. So lovely stay doesn't have to be credited to saying that 5-star rating is saying that oh it's a 5-star hotel. No. So it's a lovely and a beautiful stay. It's beyond star rating and stuff like that. So are we training our designers to understand what is mission, what is vision, what is values, what are for people, what's taste? So I put thali because I love thalis. Okay, so it's very amazing, and I learned this from our distinguished first speaker who was there yesterday. Huh? No, not Neeraj. Yatinji. So I don't talk about this because it becomes very difficult to make industrial designers understand this logic. But he says like you're buying a pizza, you're getting a flat taste. First taste is very good, and after that it's a repeated taste. And I say what the shit I'm eating until it's a really nice pizza. You're eating the same thing 4 times or 8 times, right? While you're here, you're picking up things and building your own taste based on whatever is being offered to you. So salt is an individual, the gulab jamun is an individual. Somebody eating gulab jamun right in the front will say, what's wrong with this guy? No, I wanted to eat sweet. So it's a very dramatic, it's a set pattern, but it is the infinite possibilities of how I want to eat my meal. Okay, so that's the uniqueness about it. So I might actually catering or designing or making people think to understand people taste on a daily basis as an individual. So I put my customers first, always, because if I design a product and it is to be sold like 10 lakh pieces and everything, those are my 10 lakh customers. I need to know what's happening with their lives, right? So But I also want people to understand very serious intervention, saying that what is the vision of a company. See, if I'm going to design for Torrent, so where do they want to go? आपका विजन क्या है? So I can't be just an architect or a designer and going saying that oh मुझे ये space बना के चाहिए. I want to know where your philosophy lies, because every small thing what I see, they should reflect. That's why you get attached to a few projects, and some of the projects you actually feel like they were just projects. So can I build that on every narrative, every project, or every thought process, or every subject, where these elements become ingrained in your blood, and they become like your new DNA. So after you finish your architecture or design or something like that, you actually have a new soul, and there's no baggage, something like that. So how do I make them understand data? So I don't know, we are not running a data course to make them understand what is future of Air India, right? I don't know why SpiceJet died. What does that mean? What were the experiences? So people traveled, they loved it, but it died. So it can happen again. So so if you move them out of their comfort zone and say we have to study this company and an organization, and possibly you'll be designing for them in years to come, it's a lovely thing to make them understand what lies beneath, what goes ahead, what he talked about, saying that sorry, I missed out that point. It happens with me, it's okay. So I also love according to me, this is technology just not explained to us well. It's just a lovely place, and we talk about let's celebrate history, but I need to know what was the purpose and what was the brief given by the Raja. उसको 200 साल लगा दिया बनाने के लिए, ब्रीफ क्या था, बराबर? 200 years of craftsmanship, generations went, became master craftsmen, and gave us a beautiful place where you don't even want to know what it is there, but you want to sit next to it. There is no textbook which says that I need to go to a temple to pray, and if I go to a temple, then I need to sit and pray, or I just need to be sitting there after I offered my prayers, right? There's no book. There's no data on that. The place automatically makes you sit there for a while because it has got something happening. It can happen with anywhere. I love a lot of people love to sit on terrace at night and watch moon, which was a Kojagiri moon, which is amazing in terms of its journey. How are we able to? We have rich history. How are we able to decode this? Because I think so. How was this made? I don't know. What did they use? Which machinery? वही आदमी 3 जनरेशन से स्टोन तराश रहा था और ये बिल्डिंग बन गई, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है. It's not possible. So I don't want them to be learning things in a repetitive way, and then and history cannot be taught by historians, and history should not be just as a subject on a this basis. It should be like how we do the tours and stuff like that, and go there, and it cannot be destinations which are known. Again, it's kind of blurry. So I look at, I use a very nasty word, okay? You talk about client, but I normally use consumers, okay? So they consume, okay? They can, so important that what are they looking for? So, and this is a map pattern of a brain which is closer to how they think on a per second basis. Have you seen this? Have you experienced this? Where I'm doing projection systems. So I've considered light as a very, very important element for everything. So light plays, it's drama. It's no single day, no single hour is identical to say that, oh, 1969 में 9th May को मैंने ऐसा sunlight देखा था. How are you telling me that, right? There's no database. So every day, every second in terms of its light pattern is absolutely new. So if I look at surfaces like this, where I don't have to go to an art gallery to understand art, but it is just being projected to me and I become part of that art, I think so it's an experience by itself, because I'm not going there to understand art, or I'm not going there to become Picasso. I just want to know what this guy did, and what lies. Why did he do like this? Okay, what did he see? So projection mapping is it's another very interesting subject, which I think so. It's very immersive. There is no course on this. There are just people who talk about how it can be done. So laser technology, beaming, lenses, quality of light, low temperature, high temperature, cold light, warm light. This is a subject which I really am fascinated by it, and I think so because that's how you will see colors. That's how you will see warmth. That's how you will feel cold. It's an integral part of it. So how do I do this? Can we introduce this right up front and say, okay, I have only white walls, and can I throw animated thing? So I don't know if you have you seen that. So now what I do is like I don't think so we need TV anymore. You have iPad, you have phones, you have everything else. So why are you talking about a place to be designed for TV? Who sits and watches TV? Everybody is so private nowadays that you don't want to see what she's texting. Right? Your phone has become an extension of your everything. टीवी पे क्या देखते क्या हम और मूवी देख रहे हैं तो क्या देखते हैं सो इफ मूवी थिएटर्स कैन श्रिंक इटसेल्फ टू सच अ स्मॉल फॉर्मेट why it has to be like a projection here? Why not I lie down and sit on the like how I used to find drive-in theaters to be absolutely stunning, phenomenal. Some guy just sit in the popcorn. You can sit anywhere you want and then listen to the. It was so instead of going and buying 1,000 rupees popcorn and 200 rupees ka ticket and watching some come on yaar. That's why so we have missed out on the theater, the drama side of it. I think so this is drama, so the art has to come back. We have to make them understand how a room can actually become different when a different person walks in. So just imagine XYZ walks in and the room is some other color, and then you walk in and it becomes magenta, and somebody it's amazing, no? So I know I have an identity and I'm following an aura, right? So can I do that? Why becoming so static in terms of our I love art galleries. I also feel it's an art by itself. I have not taken any program. I've not seen any program written saying that let's design art galleries. It's not meant for museums. Museums are too large. I'm talking about art gallery. 4 pieces of art to be exhibited and people will walk around it. How do I do that? Or a piece of sculpture which is kept outside. How do I see to it that that becomes a point of attraction when somebody walks in? And you don't have to explain. So and it doesn't have to be an expensive art. Anything which is, we see art in everything, we see sculptures in everything, we see form in everything, so why it has to be done? So there is a there are millions of things like this, but art gallery, elegance, quality, silence in design, warmth in lighting, hygiene, visual balances and finesse, this I think so have to be ingrained in them the day they walk inside and they think that I am ready for design, or I am ready for interiors, or I'm ready for architecture. Anyway, I'm not very interested in having these compartmentalization anymore, because I think so architecture guys are architecture guys are doing more interiors than interior guys are doing architecture. So can we do this? So look at the display. I need to know why so can we do an audit saying that you go to 3 stores and come back and say what was your experience like, and the person will come and say acha sham pan wala and that corner gives me a better thing. So I don't mind even looking at a smaller entities to say what is it about that panwala which is so interesting, because there are 200 people visiting every day and eating pan with him. So what's his business objective and how does he do business? Why is pan place a better experience design than what you have done? So can I make and see is again a reiterative process. I don't want static classrooms. I want technology to be driven and say that every classroom is a prayogshala. I teach in workshops, in the sense my class is in a workshop, in a metal shop or a metal fabrication shop. So these are my experiences. So I said let there be a light. So can I train people to jalebi is by the way okay, because it's flavor of the season. Everybody is talking about jalebi, so I put one jalebi over here, and you get good jalebis in Gujarat. So can I see streets as non-streets and become places of interest at night, because nightlife technically is the street life? So can I change? So I'm looking at sorry, this is so food trucks. these are businesses. Okay. In the simplest form, it is pani puri ka stall, which is mobile stuff. That's livelihood. That's point of sale, point of business, point of everything else. And so can I design for them? So when I look at a food truck, it became a culture, and I think so now it is given that I will get better food on a food truck than anywhere else like that, because the chef who cannot afford everything else actually thinks about starting a food truck and doling out something from his heart, because he wants to make money also, and he's related to 17 hours straightforward, works hard like anything, manages everything, cash fash everything, and is only two people army, and makes a name for himself, and possibly will start a restaurant, I don't know, but 10 years I know a person will say lunch here Wednesday. So he has become part of your life, and that is design. So when I look at this, I seriously feel there is a need for day one classroom project saying, let's make one food truck, because all these youngsters will come, they are used to food truck. I said, okay, let's make one food truck. Aaj ka project food truck. We'll decide, doesn't matter foundation de rahe ho nahi de rahe ho, which class you want to introduce, 5th year right, 4th year right, 3rd year right, whatever that damn thing is, like whosoever you want to call, but we are making food truck. Okay, we can say 1 week or 1 month. That's your time frame. So I don't want to do anything else, because I really want their brain to focus. So whom do I need? I need a chef, I need a carpenter, I need a food delivery guy, gas lines, fabrication, material store, water line, plumbing, garbage disposal, tissue rolls, oil drain, fire safety, weight, speed. Can we drive one? So immediately get one food truck guy, give everybody thing and drive the vehicle, because everybody will have a license. It doesn't have to be a large food truck, but it can be a tempo 3-wheeler, whatever it is, because that's livelihood. That is an outcome of that's his house for 17 hours, where he's going to cook or whatever, he's going to dole out dishes, or he's going to give you food, whatever that damn thing is there. But he's spending 10 hours or 8 hours or 5 hours in this, and that's my environment. So can I do this? And I sincerely want to do this, because I need to know, so is somebody chef, then he will be say, oh, I can do stuff like this. Somebody who's carpentry, okay, can we build this? Food delivery guy, somebody is working, or let's catch on कि आप कैसे manage करते हो उसको. Gas lines, very important, because all these things, moment you put them all thing together, a systematic process saying that, oh, this is the situation, it can happen, I can make a mock-up. I don't mind making 2 mock-ups or 5 mock-ups, and it's done. 1 month or 1 semester, I don't know what, but I think so, until unless you compress it, they will have a challenge in grasping it. So I think so. And it's, how do I define this project? I don't know. It talks about becoming a carpentry skill, skill building, it talks about business, it talks about environment design, it talks about aroma. I don't know, because the moment you get inside one thing, it gives you a particular smell, because you're using a lot of synthetic food, and you don't want to go there. So, but they have to maintain hygiene, their audits are there. So which material? Stainless steel. Oi, this is dangerous. दुनिया में कुछ भी हो सकती है, बैटरी डाउन नहीं हो सकती है, फोन की भी नहीं. So I believe in build one. Every year, or we should have how many builds we can do every the whole semester, or how many builds can we do in one year, or like that. And each one of them can be. So I'll quickly run through. Sorry, मेरे पास बहुत सारा चीज़ दिखाने के लिए. ज़्यादा लोग बुलाते नहीं हैं मुझे. Okay, कोई शक या सवाल अब तक ठीक चल रहा होगा तो कंटिन्यू करेंगे. Otherwise I can stop here. Go for it. Okay, एक ही लोगों ने बोला हुआ है. That is, go for it. Okay. Any questions? No. Okay. Seen this product? Amazing journey, isn't it? One Japanese guy, not known, early 1980s, 78 में पहला चालू किया काम करने में इंडिया में. 5 people were asked to give proposal to have a car companies in India, and they were all why car karke, and then Maruti Suzuki for that matter was not even known to people in worldwide market. They said we will jump into and that's how Maruti Udyog was born. The first car. Look at this when I talk about ethos of a company, I look at that in a very, because you will work with them. Maruti Udyog Limited, foundation stone in Maruti Udyog Limited was laid in 1981. The vision, joy of mobility. Today also when you buy a Maruti, I don't think so you're looking for anything else, because it's a pure joy at the price. Whatever price you're buying it comes with own problems or whatever in terms of, but in terms of reliability, in terms of what it gives, I think so they have been phenomenal. So a person should, I see Maruti as a person, a company as a person, Mr. Suzuki as a person, because he was the founder and he had that damn thing saying, okay, this is what I want to do, and he put a vision together, got the team right, and bingo. Hard work, yeah. I mean, it's not easy to. Okay, sorry, but this is like, I don't like this sentence. Okay, so, but I have put it over here because everybody is talking about it. Future of architecture is expected to be driven by sustainability, technology, and creativity. तो हम इतने साल क्या कर रहे थे? FLW is talking about brick is a brick is a brick is a brick. उसको movie बना दी, सब कर दिया, everything. I am still fascinated by brick. My daughter is like obsessed by exposed brickwork and pure concrete. And she comes, Ahmedabad बोला उसको जाना. Oh my God, there are so many buildings which are like this. And then she says, Baba, if you build a house in somewhere forest which you want to build, we should have a house which should have bricks and exposed. Because aging is, I think so, what she likes is that the aging quality of the thing. Bricks are dramatic, I think so, foundation of almost everything, I would say, because industrialization ka bhi, it was the beginning, potter, flame was there, matti was there, and what happened was this. So, and it's sustainable. Itne saal टिक गया तो what are you going to tell me? You can't come to me and tell me aerated concrete blocks use करो, it is more sustainable. Come on. But I don't like this sentence. I think so we should refrain from teaching people such things. नहीं सिखाना है हमको नए बच्चों को ये सबको. We should look at absolutely flat, clean slate, saying कि हम क्या सिखाने वाले हैं. दो चीज़ें हम उनसे सीखेंगे, because वो निकल जाएंगे 4 साल के बाद या 5 साल के बाद, but we will be better in the next batch which is going to come. I believe in this material first, craftsmanship, purpose, and objectifying. Okay, so these are very crucial to me in the journey of product design or design, and I take it in a so I break down my projects in that way as to why it is being done in this. If air conditioner has to be made, why do they use plastic? Why it can't be metal? And so, but I think so that is we were right for many years, and I think so time has come. Luckily, hopefully NEP will give us so much of freedom that we will be able to break it down in a whatever way we want. So brick. So that's a design for me. Somebody designed. The new age bricks were manufactured, and the third one was like kind of integration in a certain new form. So I like that thought process in terms of the material, what is being done and what has been done. So this is, I don't know if you guys know about this. This is the future of buildings now. So I make everything as Lego blocks. So I'm buying toilet blocks as per standardized dimensions, everything done with an inward and outward. So the outlines for thing and inwards for waterline. If you want air conditioning, so all services are, and it is produced like this. So this is for me, it's design. I see bathrooms to be a very interesting place, because you can. That's a place where you are with you, and you are thinking and showering off all the sins, or possibly cleansing yourself or whatever. It's amazing to getting a good shower, right? And this is how they are getting built. So if I have a tower coming in, I can actually specify, said I want type A toilets, 29 number, to be delivered on so and so date. It comes in a container pack and delivered. No janjat. वो इसको बुलाओ और लेवल मैच करो, अच्छा ये 3 इंच ऊपर नीचे हो गया, एंड वो प्लम्बिंग लाइन में ये हो गया, फिर वो बोलेगा नो, आई डोंट वांट ऑल दैट. सो दिस इज इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन. सो दिस इज प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन ऑफ आर्किटेक्चर. एंड can a designer actually think about making superb toilets? Yes, they are fascinating places according to me if they are well made. Modi ji made so many toilets, but people still want to go outside because the breeze is great. Why can't we have air conditioners then which is powered by solar? वो solar बाद में लगा दिया उसके ऊपर, right? So why couldn't we? I could think about a toilet block which was integrated with everything, with solar and everything. I deliver it to that. this village I have delivered 29 blocks of toilets, which were nice and big with whatever you wanted, auxiliary power, phone charging, everything together and going from solar. I look at it that way. So I have I look at design in completely that way, where I can put things together what I want, and I can choose and fix them, and then they get delivered like this. So see, look at this. This is Bay Areas, and this is how you should be able to get toilets, I think so, very soon. This is where it is getting made. So if you can make precast, and you can make something like that, precast, actually I was in love with precast, and I thought maybe I should make a career in precast, but so somebody is making your life hassle free. You don't have to think about it. Your specifications are very clear. You want material choices, what it will give you, and then you say, okay, fine, I want a type T ka 3 and type 2 ka 3, because at least to some level you are able to get a finished good. After that, whatever customization you want in certain, so maybe this will break down into 6 pieces and you can make individual walls with the plumbing line, everything, but it's hassle free, comes with a warranty, no leakage for 15 years. Who doesn't want this, right? So can I get people who can design better toilets or washrooms, I may call it, or the new age term to it is something else. I don't know what it's called now. So it's a celebration. So to have a lovely place to take bath and so on and so forth. It's really nice. So can it come with lighting and so on? So I'm reiterating. You should not forget. If you don't, because presentation also will go like that and khatam ho jayega. But let's make it. So I have put to day one. Let's make it. I'm complicating your life by putting big projects, but I want first day to be. I want to see what people can make based on the brief what you have given. This is how school should be. I don't want marble flooring. I don't want all that. 5 साल बाद पैसा रिकवर करो, उसको जो करना कर लो बाद में. But there's a good school of thought. My brain is a workshop. Barabar? An idle mind is a devil's workshop. True. So I might as well think about my mind first. So why can't these places become super interactive, where somebody is thinking, oh shit. So of course there is a very bad word, but I don't want to use it. Jugaad. Okay. बहुत ही गंदा word है, but actually it is very creative. Okay. उसको IIM अहमदाबाद वालों ने उसका नाम खराब कर दिया. हाँ, they call it जुगाड़. उसके ऊपर बुक लिख दिया. जुगाड़ is not. It's a very क्या कहते हैं उसको? It's actually the birth of innovation. Let me try and see. उसके पास पैसा नहीं है, otherwise he could have made aircraft before possibly, right? So I want this. Furniture has to be made, experiments. Then we'll teach them what is the comfort, what is ergonomics and stuff. I want to make these and see. The second one is, let's break Prayogshala. Make and break. Okay. I want to do all these activities. I'll buy a fresh product. If you're charging so much of fees, 20,000 rupees ka sofa or 13,000 rupees ka sofa is not a problem for you to buy per year or per batch, and I'll cut it. I'll do everything else. उसमें बैठूंगा, comfort क्या है देखता हूँ, because then my brain is working. I will sit this and you will have to map it and saying कि oh, how come you're sitting like this? No, I sit at home like this. Sofas are meant to be ऐसा. Then they will say let's jump, because mom ने allow नहीं किया था तुमको jump करने के लिए बचपन में. तो अभी तुम बड़े हो गए हो, तुम जाते हो ट्रैम्पोलिन में 500 रुपए देके जंप करने के लिए, and this sofa is guaranteeing you 10 years life, so let's jump. Might as well we break it. True, you will understand material, you will understand what the load is, how much of. So average Indian weight was 60 kilos. Now it has gone to I don't know what. The height is also like पता नहीं क्या खाते हैं आजकल, डायरेक्ट वो पैदा ही हो जाता है 7 फुट का. Right? So let me test out, because according to me, what ergonomics has been taught is over. गलत है. हम सोफा पे ऐसे कभी बैठ ही नहीं सकते जैसे वो दिखाया गया है. Nobody sits on these chairs like this. आपका पैर इधर जाना चाहिए, आपको ऐसा. Look at people how they sit in car. वो सीट बेल्ट है इसलिए they're there. Otherwise वो पलटी मार लेगा, कुछ कर लेगा, वो पैर डैशबोर्ड के ऊपर चला जाता है. And you tell your daughter or something to, अच्छा, what's wrong with you? What is dashboard meant for? What is dashboard meant for? Okay, but comfort has to be analyzed. It has to be understood. It has to be documented. You can't say, oh, 45 by 45 by 45, there stool ban gaya. No. because in which material? I make it in stainless steel, concrete and wood. You're still saying it's the same dimension. How the hell is it possible? So you have standardized it, but I want to make them understand standard dimensions and all, but I want to see this. So let's unscrew, let's saw it, let's dismantle, let's smell. करते हैं ना smell? Because a lot of people don't like it. इसको ना गम का smell आता है. So there's a lot of inventions happening in terms of glues which should not be Fevicol. And then you have, so then I want them to measure. So how this section was built on school, पहले दिन ही सिखा देना चाहिए. So how do we choose this? I don't know right now, but and then the kids are going to play. I don't know if you guys know, small kids love top loading washing machines. पता है क्यों? Hide and seek में उसमें छुप जाते जाके. And there have been cases where, so we introduced the lock for it, stuff like that. Then ये सब कर लिया, बहुत कुछ कर लिया इन लोगों ने. Now the task goes to let's rebuild. So he goes back to the workshop which is meant for building. तोड़ दिया ना पहले, आप कुछ बना लिया, सब सीख लिया तुम, अभी वापस बनाएंगे, चलो. So I'm trying to get them saying, is it possible for you to make exactly like this or better than this if you're able to break it down in such a way? So if you're not able to do it, that means you have not learned your lessons properly. Sorry guys, I'm just going on and on, but because I also question, this is Audi A8, all aluminum frame, because they wanted it to make energy efficient, consumption kam hona chahiye, fuel was guzzling, they wanted to give, so the whole car is made in aluminum. So if these guys can make in aluminum, why can't I make chair in aluminum, right? So aluminum is a material which is 99.9% recyclable, and so it is sustainable. So I will teach like that. So I'll bring in a material and teach sustainability instead of giving the ulta gyan. Okay, let's make table in bamboo. Let's make cycle in bamboo. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है. Okay. Then I said, okay, what's happening? So this is, now we are getting introduced to air curtains and so on and so forth. So profiles are गए हैं. These are 20 feet long, 40 feet long, whatever you can do. So introduce a process and saying, okay, how can I use aluminum? Because it's also completely weatherproof. And they become part of the sculptures, they become part of the landscape. So a material can go anywhere in different form and lessons. So I will introduce that material first and drive the lessons accordingly. So I'm going to teach them lessons, extrusions, and can I do this is the future of furniture industry, mass produced, where everything is coming in aluminum, and it is a modern sustainable design. Aluminum is a material perfect match for modern but the frame was designed to start disassembly and recycling at its end of the phase. So this has got, I think so, only 6 screws. That's it. Because this company doesn't manufacture screws. Screws are being bought. If I'm buying screw 6 rupees per piece, that means I'm paying that thing to somebody else. So can I design a system where I'm able to interlock, and just for the final rigidity, I just tighten the screws to 6 threads and the damn thing is ready. 10 years of life. Abhi tumko jo karna hai karo iske upar, and it works. So I am introducing a sofa which can be used. Okay, so can I do this with so I believe that let's teach aluminum, because this is what we love. Dark black surfaces, beautiful thing. Night is magical. Again, the nightlife is different when this lights up at night, and it's like, you know, you looking at building which is changing like sunlight possibly. So let's teach them building blocks. So this is my kind of my vision for how a classroom should be. You can teach teamwork, you can teach disassembly, you can teach, you can arrange with 4 students blocks, single, whatever you want to do. So it's very modular, it's not static. And you also become a building block, because the 6 people becoming a team is a building block, right? So this is a plywood, no surface coatings done, but there is a beauty to a particular light quality, warmth, concrete surfaces, white in a certain way. Air conditioner absolutely disappears, it doesn't have to be seen. So I want cold air, but I don't want the air conditioner to be seen, stuff like that. So what is, now somebody has to tell them what is good in this. I think so they need a lot of guidance in terms of what is actually aesthetics. Similarly, a sustainable material, but yeah, okay fine, but let me teach them grass. can I make this? We are doing a lot of workshops, I think so, in India, bamboo RI, but I want them to run anyway seriously, because can this interior designer or can this designer or can this architect be the future of making tents for decathlon? I don't know. We should not limit him. Possibly he's able to make this and he's saying, oh, you'll find him after 10-15 years. He's the guy who designed tents for relief camps when the avalanche happened and it was deployed in some 90 seconds. I don't know where the creativity is going to go. So that's why that program has to be written like building blocks. Bahar jaake tum kya karoge? Anyway, we don't know. So, but let me just get your fundamentals right. Similarly, can I teach glass? First invention again. पता नहीं कैसे बना. रेत को गर्म कर दिया होगा at a certain temperature, glass बन गया and he was trying to make मटका out of it and बना glass का मटका. I don't know. There's no trace. Isn't it? वैसे ही हुआ रहेगा. सिलिका ही तो है ना. वो सिलिका कहाँ से आया था, कहाँ, इट्स कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट स्टोरी. बट फायर वॉज इन्वॉल्व. इफ यू डोंट प्ले विथ फायर यू आर नॉट अ क्रिएटिव गाय. एंड एक्सप्लोजन्स नहीं किया तो समझ में नहीं आएगा दिवाली क्या होती है. एंड इफ यू प्ले विथ फायर you can get beaten up. So there are very nice associations with fire and stuff. Glass is glass in different densities, thicknesses. I love this kind of because they are again like magical in terms of how they happen. And I have imagined houses in complete glass blocks. बहुत महंगा है लेकिन अभी भी 500 रुपये का एक बेचता है शायद ये, which is not a good. 50 रुपये मिलेगा तो अच्छा होगा, which is possible I think so. Yeah, fast. Okay, sorry. Similarly, concrete. क्या कर रहा है अंशुमन? अच्छा भूख लग गई. Okay, so almost done. Okay, so I think so we should also teach them point of view. Every person who is going to be his trainer will have a point of view, will understand his point of view, and let's teach him that. I think so aesthetics is and form is really we are lacking. So I don't know about this girl called Faye Too Good. She is the designer for she is a designer but she does everything else in a very very different way. Okay, almost done. हाँ मेरा ये थोड़ा सा मैं ऑफिस का भी दिखा देता हूँ क्या करते हैं हम लोग. So we do products, but craftsmanship is in our blood. So everything is made either by me or a designer or a model maker. So these are mortise locks. We have to understand in every material how the fillets flows, how much. We are very very careful about what values of light will flow on the edges of the pieces. We machine everything what we want. We build everything. If you want to make 1:1 scale house, we can make a dummy model for you. Then it is made as a digital file. We present in a certain way in terms of ethos to tell the sales guys saying that this is what you're selling. Don't go by the mortise clock or something, but this is a designed mortise clock. It brings a lot of emotions to people, and this is how you sell. So this is how we work in the office in teamwork. So project is designed and then we find 2-3 days for brainstorm, and then everybody, junior, senior, intern, every person is creative in our office, and they will do this journey, and eventually it is meant for their reviews, our reviews together, and then a point of view and a line of direction to as to what proposals we are going to take forward. Models sub everything बना देते हैं लोग. This is our method of learning: ideate, prototype, test, implement, empathize, define, or define, empathize, like that. So it's a cyclic process. If you fail somewhere, you have to come back. I believe in failures in a certain way that you have to fall to learn to walk. This is my mantra. Without great solitude, no serious work is possible. My mantra, but more than that, it is Mr. Picasso is saying this. But this is our journey. So 99 I started as industrial designer, but today we are into so many disciplines, did so many things which was I never thought we could do. This is roughly our achievements. This is meant for clients, because then client can think अच्छा इन लोग कर रहे हैं तो इसको ही पैसा देना चाहिए. So it's very good. So it's not meant for us to celebrate, but yeah, some awards, it's okay. Thank you. Yeah. अगर भूख नहीं लगी होगी तो क्वेश्चन ले सकता.
Thank you so much, sir. I can't define you right now. If you want to add something for yourself, you can. It was a fun session anyway.
IIT बॉम्बे का सिविल इंजीनियरिंग डिपार्टमेंट देखोगे तो आप डर जाओगे. If you go to Roorkee, they started with that, and you can't make a decent whatever surface to walk is like a joke to me. So I assume everybody did software and scooted. So it's a software export house.
So then
But
how
yeah,
do we
it's a
find
problem.
ourselves back when we are lost?
See, I think so. I also believe that 10% people make the difference. 9 to 10%, maybe 7% people make the difference. Wherever you feel you can do something, just implement it. There's people who are there are enough. If you are part of that core group, that means you will find somebody else in a similar thing, implement and see. Because if it doesn't work, you will get brickbats, but you will be far more stronger in terms of saying that okay, analyzing where it's not working. But you should take up that challenge. You have one life here. आपके पास और कुछ नहीं है. And that is also you don't know. So I look at it that way. So, but it's enjoyable. It's absolutely okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, how do you explain a material to any unknown person or a student?
Have I explained material?
You are taking some examples of it, but
Yeah.
How do you explain it to them? Okay, what kind of material have what kind of behavior? Because I see all your presentation, but there is no that part is there. Okay, how do you explain how to deal with that material?
So normally, so if I do a workshop for 3 days for design students or somebody, so I will take the technical side of the material, behavioral side of the material. I'll also expose them what is available in the market, and you don't have to cry for saying कि ये material नहीं मिल रहा है. So what you can do with that as aluminum as a material or glass as a material is what I teach them. So it's basically you are, I can't say you are limited to your creativity or to a certain thing, but exposure is important. So library, so office is also like whatever projects I do, whatever is involved, everything is dismantled, kept over there. So a person who comes in over there has to go through that journey to understand, because you can't every time do the same thing. Because today I'm doing a robot, tomorrow I might be doing a sewing machine. So I don't know. So have to. I think so that is good for us to teach them. So schools should have massive material libraries. And we are in a good state. वो builder को बोल दिया तो आधा सामान आ ही जाता है. So, but I want to question that material also. How thin do you want it, and how thick do you want it? Yeah. 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 Sometimes you will find structural engineers going overboard by using so much of steel. Then I question the same what she talked about. What are the civil engineering guys doing that you are still not able to figure out? What is exactly, नहीं थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा डाल देंगे तो बिल्डिंग तगड़ा हो जाएगा. ये क्या लॉजिक है यार? ऐसा नहीं होता, पैसे लगते हैं ना सबके लिए. And our game is very different. I work around final product costing. That means I know exactly the day I'm designing that. Suppose I say that projector, I know that it is supposed to be made made. So I can't tell you the MRP price, but to be made in say 90,000 rupees. So that's my brief. Very well written. मैं बोल नहीं सकता no it's going to be world's best. ये सब वो सब अलग बात है. But I know the price what it is to be sold for. So yeah, budget. And so, yeah, so they're not. Is Jotun able to do it? Jotun. Just check, because their labs are able to do it. You just have to chase you have to really beat them up and say कि नहीं मुझे lab में जाना है. Because नहीं, but है problem है, because I think so it's a problem. There are a lot of things wrong, but technology is available, by the way. Yes. It is not. That's why they are making so much of money. I think so. Might as well bring Asian Paints next time and beat them up and say कि ये चाहिए हमको. Yeah. if you must have realized the variation in, suppose you choose a pastel green shade X and the variation is a 50X pastel shade, you will be still wanting to have more. Yeah, it's because and I think so we should start working on it, because we are our knowledge in general about people to wanting to have a better color is far more higher than a German who only wears black. So yeah, sorry, but I love Germans, but thank you guys.